Greetings. My name is Matthew Walker, and I will be conducting a case study presentation video on the case in regard to Warner Music Group and YouTube in 2009. Warner Music Group is an entertainment company founded in 1958. YouTube is a video sharing company founded February 14, 2005. This presentation will be discussing the negotiation between Warner Music Group and YouTube to gain insight on the conflicts, resolutions, and key details mentioned that correlate to this month's negotiation and deal-making course. As I said, Warner Music Group was founded in New York City in 1958. Also, YouTube was founded February 14, 2005. Now we're going to just talk about what negotiation in particular it means. Negotiation is the process between two or more parties, each with its own aims, needs, and viewpoint, seeking to discover a common ground and reach an agreement to settle a matter of mutual concern or resolve a conflict. And in this slide presentation, we'll be discussing all of those factors that one will need in order to find out what a negotiation really entails and what one needs to have going into a negotiation. In 2009, in particular, Warner Music Group and YouTube negotiated a deal in which Warner Music Group extended its record music and publishing deals with YouTube. Reluctantly, according to an internal company document obtained by Variety. And with that, Warner Music Group and YouTube essentially were looking to come to an agreement on different advertising type deals that both can mutually gain from. Warner Music Group was more looking to gain more revenue type, I guess you can say, advancement, rather than YouTube was looking to maintain its growth in advertising who they were as a company and trying to grow. Positions: Warner Music Group versus YouTube. There's a little animation for you. The interests of Warner Music Group. I'm sorry, I forgot to do the positions. I do apologize. I will go back. Slide 6 is the positions between Warner Music Group versus YouTube. Positions between Warner Music Group and YouTube were very intense due to New York Times reporting. Less than 1% of the label's $639 million in digital revenue in 2008 came from YouTube. Despite the estimated 1 billion views Warner Music Group's artist videos had amassed. Warner Music Group was the first major label to ink a deal with YouTube in September 2006, barely a month before Google bought the site for $1.65 billion. Warner Music Group's position was to extend a deal with YouTube for publishing and record music rights, as I said before. YouTube's position was to look out for their best interests moving forward with their rapidly growing company. Now, the interests of Warner Music Group, and I gave you a little bit of pictures right there to, show different aspects of interest as far as music and, the underlying interest of Warner Music Group. The interests of Warner Music Group are very keen to how this deal was agreed upon. Within this negotiation, Warner Music Group was trying to get YouTube to agree to a deal that gave them advertising rights on videos that contain Warner Music Group content. According to TechCrunch, Warner Music Group put its full catalog back on YouTube and had the ability to sell its own advertising against both its premium music videos as well as user-generated content that features a Warner Music Group song. Revenue is shared with YouTube, but most of it goes to Warner Music Group. It's a little spinning for you. Underlying interest. So I spin it for you. So sometimes it can come on top, sometimes it can come on the bottom. Warner Music Group. Now, the interests of YouTube. The interests of YouTube entail them wanting to expand and be able to provide the ultimate experience for their viewers and artists that utilize their video services. During their negotiation talks, YouTube stated they were looking with Warner Music Group to define the optimal experience for their user and the artist. And this may well wind up looking significantly different from YouTube's standard viewing page. So while Warner Music Group was looking to gain the revenue advantage, YouTube was instead looking for the consumer advantage, which I believe paid off for them in the long run. And again, there's positions on top, and you can see like the two icebergs maybe between Warner Music Group and YouTube, and then the underlying interests and needs as well. Now here we go. The good, the bad, and agreement. Now I kind of threw a little bit of propaganda in there, and I added a little cover art with Clint Eastwood from Good, Bad, and the Ugly, because I grew up watching westerns with my dad, so I kind of put that in there as a little bit of eye candy, or what advertisement, if you will. The good. Throughout all negotiations, there's always a good, bad, and agreement. And while this negotiation in particular wasn't as, I guess you can say, as bad as it can get, but there were a lot of good areas in this negotiation, and one in particular that I put down in the script goes as follows. Throughout the negotiation, however, there were things that particularly went well. Within the negotiation between Warner Music Group and YouTube, there were many things that also went well. By YouTube coming to terms with Warner Music Group, they were able to broaden their consumer base and grow to one of the world's largest video streaming services. This deal could prove to be a sign of things to come for YouTube premium content. And here we go, the bad. Now, while most people will say, there's a lot of bad things that happen within a negotiation, I tend to try to look at the bad things as things you can learn from, so there can be good things to come from negotiation. Now, throughout the negotiation, there were things that went wrong. In the beginning stages of the negotiating deal in 2008, YouTube did not originally agree with the terms brought by Warner Music Group. YouTube's licensing agreement with Warner Music Group expired in mid-2008 after Warner pushed for a bigger slice of the site's ad revenue pie. YouTube said, no thanks. And the disruption incensed YouTube's users and laid bare the record industry's frustrated struggle to turn massive exposure to intangible profits. And the thing about that, Warner Music Group knew it was predominantly in their best interest to sign a deal with YouTube, because they could see how YouTube was growing and everything, and Google had basically already bought them in 2006, 2005 for $1.65 billion. So they knew that YouTube was going to be a growing service that a lot of people were going to use, so they didn't want to miss out on that opportunity. And agreement. The goal in any negotiation is for both parties to achieve the best possible outcome. Within the negotiation between Warner Music Group and YouTube, there were many things that also went well. By YouTube coming to terms with Warner Music Group, they were able to broaden their consumer base and grow to one of the largest video streaming services. The deal could prove to be one of the things to come for YouTube's premium content. And with that being said, I believe that YouTube was more focused on the look of what they are offering to their consumer, which shows to be the best benefit that they were able to offer, because now they offer YouTube streaming services for YouTube TV, and then they offer different services for artists as well, and they were able to grow to a big consumer base brand. And with that being said, in 2006, Warner became the first music company to sign a licensing deal with YouTube, per Variety 2009. They removed their content from YouTube in 2008 due to strife in their relationship, but returned 9 months after. After months of tough negotiation, an agreement was reached between the two parties. Alongside Warner Music Group, Universal and Sony negotiated their next deal with YouTube as part of Vevo, the video hosting platform the two companies launched in December 2009. I didn't see a need for YouTube to renegotiate with Warner Music Group now, considering how large they become. And according to Loxy, they are now worth over $15 billion. So I really don't see a need for them to renegotiate with Warner Music Group unless they were just looking to, I guess, expand even more. But in accordance to what they're worth now, I can see there'd be no reason for them to have to renegotiate with anybody. And with that being said, that concludes my presentation. I thank you for your time. Again, my name is Matthew Walker. It's been a pleasure to be a part of negotiation and deal making, and I hope to hear from you soon.